Hey, what's happening, spectacular spider friends? Welcome back to Marvel's Spider-Man on the PS4. And we've got some more DLC Tour 4 skin goodness for you.
Whoa.
Featuring the MK1 Spider Armor.
Whoa.
Which made its first appearance in Web of Spider-Man number 100, May of 1993. And its last appearance, Web of Spider-Man number 100, May of 1993.
That's funny.
Yep, some random trivia for you guys. This is one of the most used spider suits in every Spider-Man video game known to man.
Wow.
It has appeared in the most video games for Spider-Man.
Why?
And it hardly has any features.
Oh my gosh, it just looks cool.
Yep, it's appeared in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. It's appeared in Marvel's Superheroes vs. Street Fighter.
Cool.
It's appeared in Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Whoa.
It's appeared in Marvel's Superhero Squad Online.
Oh my gosh.
It appeared in the Spider-Man Animated Series video game as a power-up.
No way.
The 2000 Spider-Man video game, which I believe we showed that when we did the N64.
I thought we did.
Spider-Man Web of Shadows, which we didn't show. Spider-Man Edge of Time. It's kind of in there. Yep. Spider-Man Unlimited, the mobile game.
Yay.
I believe we showed that as well. Marvel Avengers Academy, as well as
I've heard of
other
that
stuff. But yeah, pretty much every Spider-Man game has this armor.
It's like Armadillo Spider-Man.
Kind of. So this is what happens when Spider-Man created a suit in the 90s to kind of deal with a problem. The only time I ever remember it was very brief. Again, it lasted one issue, Spider-Man 100, 1993. So Spidey donned this suit. Here's the only lore for this suit. I know a lot of you guys are like, you don't do enough lore. There's really not a lot of lore. Here's your lore, okay? It's very bite-sized.
All right, I'm ready for it. Hit me.
When the new enforcers attacked New York, which you don't really need to worry about those, Spidey needed to make a suit that was going to help him out. So he created the Spider Armor, later known as the MK1 Armor. And it's basically composed of a lot of metallic compounds, and more or less the suit was made at the ESU, or Empire State University. And the suit, while it slows Spidey down and makes him very not agile anymore because it's really heavy metal.
Because it's metal?
Yeah, it is bulletproof. And in some cases, the suit has been known to survive other type of things like flame resistant. However, its weakness, because it's, very high bulletproof metal, is the thing was destroyed by acid. So this spider suit lasted not even the end of that one comic book that I was telling you guys.
Wouldn't it be more resistant to acid though, because it's thicker?
But you would think so. Also, this suit would, if Spider-Man fell in the water, it would drown him because...
That's exactly what I was thinking would be the first thing that would be bad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know, he's Spider-Man, so he's super agile, he'd be able to dog paddle himself back. The top.
Yep, and because we're not really doing the DLC stuff, guys and gals, we've completely muted the sound because it does throw us off a little bit. So you will not hear Spider-Man talk, you just have to listen to us. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Insomniac brought this suit in, but knowing that this is one of the most active spider suits in every Spider-Man video game known to man, with exception to a few, it makes sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I don't understand is, I can understand why he might be bulletproof on the places where it looks metal and silvery, but what about the black spandex areas? It doesn't look like it would be bulletproof, unless that's like Kevlar or something like that.
It might be Kevlar, but I mean, it just has the parts of his body that would be, well, I mean, of course, his legs. I mean, if you use a Tommy gun on where his legs are, that would present kind of a problem, so.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty cool. Like, it feels like this is what Spider-Man would do if he didn't have Iron Man helping him make an Iron Spider suit. It's like if he had to do it on his own, this is the best he could come up with.
Well, I mean, he used materials from ESU to do it, so,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I just feel like if you have a thing of acid and you want to burn through cloth, like, that would burn through spandex really fast. Or a thin material, but if you have a thicker material that's bulletproof, then that would actually burn through it slower. Like, so it doesn't make any sense that acid would be its weakness. I would think that it would actually be stronger against acid.
So when this suit appeared in other media, like, we were talking about, like, the Spider-Man animated series, it was kind of like The very first introduction of the whole Spider-Verse happened in the animated series, where Madam Web was sending Spider-Man to different dimensions where there were other spider characters. This guy was married to Gwen Stacy, and he was basically like the Tony Stark of his universe. He was the super rich Iron Man guy who used his powers of the benefit of himself and was super wealthy, and this suit had the ability to shoot missiles, it could fly a little bit, and it was like a super protective suit, but Spider-Man didn't rely, that Peter Parker didn't rely on his agility, he relied on the technical prowess of the suit and its, you know, capabilities of being bulletproof and, you know, whatever else.
Okay, so in that universe, his good thing that he got was money, and he married a girl that was pretty cute. But in the other universe, he married the love of his life, which love is probably better.
As far as I can tell, that is the only time. It was like the Spider Wars. It's the only time that Gwen Stacy showed up in the entire series.
Wow.
So, well, yeah, because Mary Jane was, you know, basically MJ. So, I can't remember. You guys and gals will have to help me. Did this spider suit appear in the Amazing Spider-Man games that Amber and I have covered previously, featuring the voice of Donatello? I can't recall.
I don't remember because we've looked at so many different spider suits, especially in that Spider-Man Unlimited mobile game, and also just Web of Shadows and things like that.
Well, in the Spider-Man Shattered Dimension stuff, the costume was wearable by Miguel O'Hara. So if you remember in Shattered Dimensions, you could switch to the different Spider characters.
The different Spider-Man. Yeah.
So in the 2099 universe, this suit was there, and you could do stuff with it.
You could switch to Miguel and also Peter.
But I can't remember if the suit... I know the Iron Spider suit, which was the first video that we did for the new armors. And don't worry, people, we're going to get to the other spider suit, which is based on the Manga Spider-Man, which I'm kind of surprised that suit is even considered something interesting. I thought they would do something like Spider Cop. And speaking of Spider Cop, Spider Cop is officially canon.
What?
Yes, Spider Cop was so popular in one of the Spider-Geddon, comic books. I believe Spider-Geddon number 4, when Miles Morales and, of course, the 2018 Spider-Man video game characters now in the comics.
Yeah.
Was really happy to see that in an alternate universe that Spider Cop is canon, and he was like, "I'm so happy that another version of me is literally Spider Cop." He says. It was pretty awesome.
So the person he pretends to be is a real person in another universe.
Exactly, yeah. So Spider Cop, a lot of people are trying to petition, now that Marvel has made it official, that Spider Cop will be a free skin or something for Christmas or something, or
does
January.
He talk like that too, then?
I believe he does, yes.
Oh my god.
I believe Spider Cop sounds like this.
Whoa, that's funny.
But yeah, you guys will have to help us. Is the MK1 armor in the Amazing Spider games? Because the Amazing Spider-Man games, even though, they're kind of decent Spider-Man games, they had a lot of costumes in it compared to this game. Like the Arkham games, this Marvel Spider-Man game has the most... No, I retract that. It would have had the most Spider-Man costumes if not for the Spider-Man mobile game that we looked at called Spider-Man Unlimited, which to date has the most Spider-Man costumes of all time. There's like hundreds of different spider costumes and spider characters. So, and no video game is ever going to be able to surpass that for Spider-Man. This game, it does pretty well. I think it has like over 20 Spider-Man costumes.
Which game was it that had the most?
Spider-Man Unlimited, that mobile game we did for 2.5 years.
Oh, yeah.
And we would have continued doing because it is still a Spider-Man game that, believe it or not, Marvel continues
it's still going on?
Yes.
Maybe I should try to make an account, but it did...
They lost all our stuff.
I don't know if I would start over from the beginning.
You have to start over. It would take you 6 months just to get to a point where you could really show off spiders again.
Well, how many years is it going to go on? Like,
it's in almost year 4 or 5.
Wow.
I believe it came out in 2014.
That's really crazy.
Yeah, you think that's crazy. 2014? That's how long ago the last Smash Brothers game came out.
Whoa.
I know. 2014 was a really good year for us. Disney Infinity year 2.
Yeah, it was.
And it had Smash Brothers, and there was a Spider-Man game we were doing. It was a really good year for our channel. Yeah. So, yep, there you go. That's the lore for this suit, guys. It's pretty cool. So, the save file that we're using, is my 90-something%, not my 100% file, because I wanted us to be able to show like some cool spider like battles and besides just web slinging. So we're able to take down some bad guys. And because this suit is bulletproof, the power-up that we've added for this suit is pretty much like the bulletproof ability, so which we've taken from the MK4 spider suit, which is one of my favorite Spider-Man costumes. It's based on the all-new, all-different Spider-Man. You know, the one with the glowy Spider-Man green emblem and the glowy eyes?
Yeah.
It's basically the classic Spider-Man costume, but it's all like, you know, high-tech.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's if Peter Parker was able to make the spider armor that Tony Stark made, except he made, you know, his Spider-Man thing.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It's his version. So I don't really think there's anything else to talk about this suit.
That's really cool. Well, I mean, the suit looks different than pretty much anything I've ever seen before, and it just looks... I just can't understand, like... It kind of looks like a... You know, like, I don't know, spandex that's bedazzled with, like little iron plates and stuff like that. Because the spider on the back is like a bedazzled design where it says a spider with, like, basically stones and stuff on there. But yeah, like, I just don't understand why it wouldn't be like plates of metal on the whole thing. Like, it's just spandex on part of it.
What I always find so funny about this costume is the fact that it barely lasted one issue.
Yeah, that is weird. I guess maybe it's bulletproof in the places that matter, like the head and the chest.
And the back.
I really think. And the back.
And the
so
legs. Part of the legs.
Yeah, part of the legs. So, but anywhere else, it would, like, you could be riddled with bullets. I guess it couldn't be. I guess it couldn't be totally like iron plating everywhere, because then it would be too hard to be swinging around.
Yep.
But can you imagine the strain? What if it was so heavy that the strain on his webbing, like, made the webbing break when he was trying to... Yeah.
So, before the suit was actually included as, like, a normal costume in the other Spider-Man video games...
Yeah?
In the N64 game that we covered, you know, which was based on the 2000 PlayStation Spider-Man game...
Yeah.
When he would don the MK armor in that game, it was a power-up that gave Spider-Man, like, additional... Like, super, like
strength?
defense and strength,
Oh, yeah.
It was a limited power-up, so we only showed it a couple times because you actually had to find it. It was a spider icon that was coated in, like, the gray and blue armor.
I remember that a little bit, so...
And just a reminder, people, after Thanksgiving, we will be looking at the Spider-Man 2 Sam Raimi game. So if you guys want more Spider-Man action in between the DLC showcase stuff that we're doing, then we hope you will enjoy the GameCube version of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man game, which will be the last of the Sam Raimi games that we will be covering on this channel. Earlier this year, we did the Spider-Man we did the Spider-Man 1 game.
Yeah.
And Bruce Campbell will be back to give you guys more hilarity. Also, we'll be able to deliver pizzas. There are no additional costumes in that game.
Deliver pizzas!
Yep, delivering pizzas was a criteria in that game. It was kind of funny. And as far as I know, there's no black suit. I think that's what I was getting confused by. In the Amazing Spider-Man games, they had the black suit as kind of unlockable, but it was from the Sam Raimi games.
Oh, okay. There's no black suit in that game, in the Spider-Man 2 game, or in this
there's
one?
no, they don't have the symbiote suit, because you remember at the end of this game, not the DLC, the end of the main story, where Norman Osborn is talking to his son in that weird, you know, tank.
Oh yeah, they don't have
you saw the symbiote, like, inside with Harry. So
yeah, so he can't really be...
When they make a sequel to this game, there's going to be...
So there'll be the black suit for a sequel to this. That makes sense.
Right.
It would have been still cool if they would have added it in just as a suit.
Yeah,
but
it would have been cool, but, you know, they're not.
That's their reasoning for not adding.
They're like, okay, we know it's an iconic suit, and it's coming, but, you know.
So that implies that there has to be a sequel.
Exactly.
I am really liking watching you go around New York City, though, and look at, I mean, you can see the little soubrette stands, just see all kinds of details. I think we were just in, like, Chinatown a little bit ago, and, like, it looks like you know, just like all the tiny little details in this is just really cool. Little subway stairs.
Yep.
It's really cool to watch you just like some of these places that you're zooming by actually kind of look familiar from places. I feel like I've been some of these areas actually. I can't put my finger on it.
Because, we've been all over New York.
Yeah, because some of these areas I feel like we're in. I mean, we're in Manhattan right now, so that makes sense because we've been all over Manhattan.
Yes, we have. Yeah. We have been all over Manhattan.
Yeah, that's why I want to someday get like a house in like Bethlehem or something. That would be
That'd
really
be kind of cool. So there you guys go. That is the Spider Armor MK1. Originally one of the most used spider costumes in previous video games. We hope you guys enjoyed today's spider lore. Join us next time as we continue the side mission aspect of this game and do the hammerhead like hideouts, I guess. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell us your favorite spider armor in the comment section below. God bless and happy gaming.